Hi YouTubers, I'm El Gracian from AlboPepper.com. Are you looking at doing some growing indoors using artificial lights? How much will it cost you to run those lights? Is it worth investing in some more expensive but more efficient lights, such as LEDs? For example, I recently reviewed some Transcend LED bulbs that replace conventional T5 fluorescents. These are not cheap bulbs by any means, so it raises the question, how long would it take for the investment to pay for itself in energy savings? Today we'll quickly look at the basic math for determining a payoff period, but I'm going to show you a cool resource that I've developed and put on my site that will do the math for you. Now, in order to calculate the cost of using a light, there are three important parameters that we must know. Your cost of electricity per kilowatt hour, the hours of operation, and the exact wattage consumption of the light you are using. Never assume you have been provided reliable wattage stats. Some LEDs are right on, and some are way off. Even fluorescent lights can state inaccurate power draws. I advise using a kilowatt meter if you want to test it for yourself. Here's the formula for determining the power consumption for any electrical device. You take the wattage draw of the device times the hours of operation per day. Now this gives you the watt hours, but we need to know the kilowatt hours, which is 1,000 watt hours. So divide by 1,000. This is your kilowatt hour draw per day. Multiply by your electrical rate, which is per kilowatt hours, and that's your price per day. To know the monthly cost, simply multiply by 30, or 365 for a whole year of continual use. Oh, boring, I know. Let's look at a shortcut to speed up the process and offer you even more information. Pop over to AlboPepper.com. Under Site Prep, Light, we have a cost savings calculator. In addition to some general buying tips, I've compiled the formulas to help you in evaluating a light or even comparing two different ones. For today's example, we'll reference my previous Transcend LED light review. These lights were retailing at $70 per bulb, so how long until these lights pay for themselves? Let's consider two very different case studies. First, we have Samantha from Idaho. She's a small-scale garden hobbyist who's interested in a cost-effective way to grow some strong seedlings. She's been using T5 fluorescents, but they've burned out, and now she wonders if it's worth upgrading her bulbs to the Transcend LEDs. At AlboPepper.com, she starts plugging in her usage numbers. She only plans on using her lights about 8 weeks each winter, so let's say 56 days per year. Each day they run for 17 hours. Her 4-bulb, 4-foot T5s actually draw 205 watts at the wall. Her electrical rates are really cheap in her state, only 10 cents per kilowatt hour. So she inputs the rate as dollars in a decimal, and immediately she can see that it costs 35 cents each day to run her lights. Using them 56 days a year means an annual cost of $19.52. So, is it worth an upgrade based purely on electrical savings? Well, let's plug in the stats for the more efficient LED. Light number 2. She'll use the same runtime, but the wattage of this light at the wall is only 92 watts for all 4 bulbs. So the daily energy cost is only 16 cents. Now, what about the payoff period? In this third section, Samantha plugs in the cost for buying some new fluorescent bulbs. And the next price is for the more expensive but more efficient LEDs. And there it is. To recoup her investment, it would take over 24 years of just growing seedlings for the spring. Now the warranty, well, these are good for 5 years, but the payoff period far exceeds that warranty. Now, we do have one more example. let's fly over to Hawaii where we meet up with Bernie. He has a large indoor growing facility where he produces herbs and greens year round. They're sold commercially to local restaurants and grocery stores. His T5s produce excellent growth, but he's trying to reduce his electrical costs, which also include cooling his facility. Once again, at AlboPepper.com, Bernie can quickly plug in his figures. Now, electricity is pretty expensive in Hawaii, 25 cents per kilowatt hour. Also, this facility operates 365 days a year. Just changing those two parameters makes a massive difference in the payoff period. In about 1.5 years, Bernie has broken even, and that doesn't even include the cost of savings in cooling. Meanwhile, he still has 3.5 years left on his warranty. Well guys, hopefully this shows how this calculator can help you in determining the costs of using artificial lighting and even comparing different technologies. If you like this concept and appreciate the work that I put into it, please give me a thumbs up and be sure to share this resource with others to help them out. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always guys, happy gardening.